I was on block 49. My blockmaster was a German, prisoner of political prisoner, Siegfried. He never very, he didn't understand anything about hate. He understood only about cleaning. He said, I want the bed, the place to be clean. I don't want to have trouble. He said, so he was a complete different, he was a prisoner. He was a German prisoner, political prisoner. So when they announced the 15th of January, the camp will be evacuated, you're going to march out by the barracks, according, and if you cannot walk on the road, you will be shot. He was talking in such a precise language, Polish and German, or German and Polish. And he said, if you don't feel good, you go on the Krankenhaus, on the Revier. It's like a, how would you say, a clinic, a hospital, little. This was next by the wires. The two barracks, no more. Well, because people were afraid to go there. So he said, if you cannot walk, you go on the Revier. And they will come to pick you up by trucks. And he said, those going on the march and they feel good, they had to walk, they cannot complain about any pain, nothing, because he will be shot. You see? So I had a hole on my neck, and I was thinking what to do, because I could physically walk. So I came on the barrack, and the blockmaster was a very nice German prisoner. And I asked him, Siegfried, what should I do? Should I go with this? I feel fever. I don't feel. He said, you don't go, because they will kill you, they will shoot you. Go on the Revier, on the hospital. Because if they have to shoot you there or they shoot you here, the same thing. So, because I said they will come and they will execute them. They were driving the patrols to kill us. But you know what happened? The Russian patrol cut them off. The Russian patrol caught them. And they executed all the group, because they were going to execute the prisoners. There were Russian people there, too. Russian prisoners of war. So we were waiting, until they walked in to liberate. The liberation was on the fire. The bullets were winter, cold, it's January. I didn't have what to wear, so I took out blankets from people which are not there. I covered myself with the blankets, and I walked out in the morning. I will never forget, because the barrack was something, because the bullets were hitting the barrack from far. I walked out, there was few people only now that can walk. I walk out and I look, there's two guys, I thought it's SS, is laying by the wires, in white dress, and I walked closer. You see, you're not afraid you're dead. You are so, your mind is abstract. I walked out because we were next to the wire. And I look at him, and the guy says in Russian, "Иди в барак, иди в барак,"
Go to the barracks.
So, so I didn't see it. I didn't know if this is right. but I see, he said each barrack must be Russians, you know, dressed in white, completely, you know, covered, you know, the helmet with that. Each barrack. They were standing there already before I walked out because the front was going on, you know. They knew there is prisoners. Yeah, but you see, a front is not a prisoners. It's miles long, you know. In 11 o'clock they walked in. 11 o'clock, you know. I remember they walked in and they asked who can walk. I said I can walk. So you get out because you're going to come with us because the front might stay here. We don't know, he said. And they didn't, you know, realize, you know, they only said to me, we are soldiers of Marshal Conniff. You know, we are, you know, and we're going to kill every Nazi we find. This was the briefing. This is how they were advancing towards Berlin. But the one who talked, he said, I am from Ukraine, he said, and I'm a soldier. He even said what company, but I didn't listen. He said, but I am a Marshal Conniff's, you know, army. So we're going to pay back for this what they did to us. He says, this what we see here is even worse because we didn't see this. Auschwitz they didn't see, you know. So they were walking around looking what's going on there. Shoes, boots from children, you know. Every house had a different storage, you know. They got very, very mad when they saw this. You see, this is what brings the hate.
Sure.
Revenge, you know, revenge.
Yeah.
And I was liberated that day, the 27th. And the high command, the Russian high command came especially to see what's going on. Because they saw things, but they didn't see this, Auschwitz. They didn't realize what they see. You know. So this is why, you know, soldiers who were looking cannot have a good heart for what they see. I was liberated, you know, and they moved me back right away towards Poland, you know, away from the front. The front was going on, stopped by the order. The front was standing. And about 50 miles away, you know, on the river, the whole front was not moving. They moved later. See, they had different. You have to understand. I understand it. They have a plan to win the war, not to look on one prisoner or two prisoners. You know, they notify. They make notes. That's it. So the liberation was pretty tough. You know, this is why it was. This is why they made an international. Tomorrow is an international holiday.
Yeah.
You see, because they liberated one of the largest killing places, Auschwitz. You know, it's very understandable. A young boy, 20 years old, 19 years old, 18 years old, walks, you know, with a machine gun, you know, what he sees. It's very, very hard to understand. This has everything to do with hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the hate, they couldn't make it different because they were taking vengeance.
Yeah.
What they did. They were killing millions of people for nothing.
Yeah.
I even asked him for why. The one guy, he said, I am from Uzbekistan. You know, it's, you know, I didn't know what Uzbekistan is even, you know. the Russian army had, this was the Soviet Union, you know, they had the army with different 120 languages. Can you imagine? I say it shouldn't happen to people. It shouldn't. It shouldn't happen to animals even.
Yes.
You know, honestly. So tomorrow is the big day.
Thank you for sharing.
Because international.
Yeah.
They made it, the United Nations approved it as an international holiday.